What is going on? Welcome back to Mugen Films. If this is your first time here, I introduce, review, and rank films every week. So start by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss your favorite shows. In this episode, I'll be reviewing the movie Dr. Sleep, a sequel to the movie The Shining. I always aim to be concise and try to keep it free of spoilers, but since spoilers can be subjective, please proceed with your own discretion. Starting off with the production quality category. Our first category is plot. The story itself wasn't so bad, however, it did feel like it didn't have enough meat on the bones. Quite a few scenes just felt unnecessary and meaningless. And for that, I'm giving our first category a 4 out of 10. The next category is character. Overall, the acting was pretty good and the actors suited their roles pretty well. Also, the casting that was done to replace the characters from The Shining did a good job keeping a similar vibe going.
Don't you do that to me. You hear? Don't you ever.
This category receives an 8. Next up, we have audio and visual. When you remove the overly used iconic scenes from The Shining, not much seems to be left. And when it comes to special effects, some were decent, but some scenes threw me out of the moment. I'm rating it a 6 out of 10. Next up is directing. I know it's hard to judge logic when supernaturalness is involved, but certain things still just didn't make sense. There are many factors that can bring you out of the moment, but for me in this case was usually a noticeable amount of fillers and logic issues. I'm giving this category a 6. Last in our production category is pace. The movie's pace was both slow and fast. The majority of the movie's pace was quite slow up until the moment of the character's final encounter, but that slow build-up dissipated quickly due to the final fight scene ending so abruptly. Pace is getting a 3. For genre, 5 points for quantity and 5 points for quality will be given. First up is action. Action is almost non-existent in this film and therefore gets a 1 out of 10. Next we have comedy. Dr. Sleep carries a serious tone throughout the movie and has no room for comedy. Comedy gets a 0. The next category is drama. The film had a little bit of drama here and there, but obviously had more suspense going. However, the suspense was never really intense and felt weak most of the time. This category receives a 6. Next we have romance. There isn't really any romance in the film, but you can expect a small amount of family love, friendship, and kinship. Therefore, this category gets a 3. Last in the genre category is violence. There were a few violent and gory scenes, but none of them were that graphic. They were actually quite comparable to The Shining, and so violence receives a 5. Before I give you my final thoughts and score, a quick reminder that if you want more contents like this, the easiest way for you to tell me is by smashing that like button. Dr. Sleep just felt like a slight variated version of The Shining, a variation which had a lot of logic issues and insignificant filler scenes. These factors made the movie feel really slow for me. Unless you're a huge fan of the movie The Shining, I couldn't recommend this. Dr. Sleep is getting a 4 out of 10 for the HTFB score. And finally, the production quality received a total score of 26 out of 50. Thanks for watching and check out my other videos.